What's up, y'all, and welcome to another video. Today's video is a fun one because it's something that I do every week. Every Sunday I go through a Sunday reset, and I've posted videos about this before where I literally take you through the Sunday reset with me. But today is a little bit different because I was like, why don't I make a Sunday reset, talk about what it is, why it's important, and then share it with you guys. So that's what I did. I created it, just finished it today, and I did it on my Notion. So I'm going to hop into my computer and then walk you guys through what it looks like, and hopefully you'll give it a try. I do it every Sunday. You could do it literally every day if you wanted, but it's just a generalized way to go through your week. I don't know. Let's dive in. Okay, we are inside of Notion right now. What I'm going to do is I have a task for the Sunday reset. This is my version here, and then I will show you what I made for you if you would like to do it. This is due today because today is today. It is Sunday for me, so we're going to focus on the Sunday reset. What I did for you guys was I created a little what is Sunday reset anyway, right? Like, why is this so important? Basically, it's your reset button to line up your mind, your calendar, your home, your energy so that Monday feels obvious and not chaotic. So I put in here, think of a quick pit stop. You refuel, you get the new tires, and then you're back on track. It's kind of like that. I put in here why it matters. And so essentially, it's like starting with a plan, in my opinion, is the only way to fully succeed without falling behind, especially in my life with a kid, a wife, dogs, a job, all this side stuff that I'm working on, um, training, fitness, all of that. It's like if I don't have a plan before Monday comes and I'm like, ah, crap, what am I going to eat for breakfast? What am I going to eat for dinner? I have no food, all the things. So this is that reset, and its goal is to, when you look at this, you're like, oh yeah, I need to grab this, I need to do that, I need to do that. But it also provides you with intentions, so things to think about for the week. So let's dive in, okay? This is my why breakdown. It's the clarity over the chaos. It's having fewer decisions that you have to make in a shorter time span, right? It's having momentum on tap. You just know, like, this is what I'm gonna do Monday. This is what I'm gonna do Tuesday, and you just have this plan dialed in, so you're not having to guess all the time. No more surprise collisions. Literally, like your calendar, your buffers, things like, oh, your wife made plans, and you're like, oh crap, I forgot that was today. It wasn't on my calendar. Stuff like that. It's like just being more proactive before the week starts. So while the week goes crazy and all the fire drills happen, you still have this dialed in, like, oh yeah, Thursday was actually supposed to be this, but instead, my buddy called and they want to do this event. I'm going to do that instead. So I'm going to move whatever is on my Thursday to my Friday, whatever that looks like, right? Um, Lower stress, higher vibes. Duh. Consistency without willpower. That's what I'm talking about here. Okay, so let's dive into my Sunday reset. Yours literally looks just like this. I will show you here in a little bit, but this is what I have created for myself. And so the planning phase is the goal to align your time, your goals, your priorities, so that the week is obvious. There's no surprises. I mean, there's always surprises, right? I mean, there's always surprises. Okay. But this one, you get this out of the way and you're pretty good. So today, review calendar. Literally, it's 8:15 p.m. and I haven't done that yet. I browsed, but I didn't actually dial things in. Where is it? I have a physical journal. Hold on. Let me let me bust up a week. Like this, I know it's down there on a little tiny corner of your screen, and I apologize. But essentially, it's just a blank canvas of Monday through Sunday. And so I like to go in and put everything in my calendar in this book. So I'm physically writing it down. But yeah, I want to review my calendar. Then I'm going to time block, which is what I was just talking about. Daily journal. I like to journal in the morning and at night. So I want to make sure that I do both of those. And then I try to have three big outcomes. And for me, it's mainly focused on training and content, and then maybe some type of work or something like that, right? And then the workout plan, it's going to be how many days of the week do I plan on working out? What type of workouts am I going to do? Are they added to my calendar? Because when they're in your calendar and it's like, oh yeah, Friday, 5 a.m., working out, duh, it just helps. It makes it better. Okay. Um, Meals. I add my meals to my calendar. I use a different piece of Notion to do that. It was a free template that I found somewhere, and then I kind of tweaked it to modify for myself. So essentially, what I do is I go to Instagram, TikTok, wherever there's a recipe. I look at the recipe and then I add it to the day of the week. Then I add those ingredients to my grocery cart. So then I order everything, and then we have 3 to 5 meals for the week. And we usually try to buy enough for dinner and then the next day's lunch for all three of us. So that's kind of the plan that we do there, and it just works really well when we actually do it in advance and we don't forget or wait till last minute. Money admin, if there's upcoming bills or things like that, I like to make sure by Sunday I have everything squared away. Most of the bills are pre-scheduled. What is it called? Automated, recurring, whatever it's called. But then there's a few that you still have to pay manually, right? So I have to make sure that I do that. And then I added a few prompts here. And again, when you guys use this for yourself, if you choose to, um, go ahead and change these to whatever aligns with your life, right? This is just an example of what aligns with mine. Here's some prompts that I like to think about when I'm doing this. Which single outcome, if done by Friday, makes this week a win? You have to actually think about stuff like this, you know? Like if you're just floating, you're literally floating. Where did I feel friction last week? What step moves earlier to dissolve this? Thinking about things that happened and you're like, oh crap, this thing happened this last week. And like for me on Thursday, I had an event that was from like 8 a.m. to like 9:45 p.m. So on Thursday, I was like, not gonna work out. No, not gonna make a video. No. So then on Wednesday, I made sure that I did an extra workout, or I was like, I can do that also on Friday. So I had to make that choice to kind of pre-plan because otherwise Thursday would have came and I would have been like, not going to work out. Nope, didn't have time to work out, and then I'm going to feel bad about it, you know? But if I program it in advance, then I'm Gucci gang. What meetings can I shorten, batch, decline? Just thoughts of things that happen in your life that you're like thinking about the last week and you're like, could something have been different? Could I have gotten rid of something that was kind of a time suck and was unneeded? It's just allowing you to think about that. And that might not be the same for you, but maybe there's something that you can throw into that prompt that will help you. And honestly, if you can't think of prompts, just kind of go through ChatGPT or Google some good prompts on like a weekend reset type thing. And then lastly, what joy or recovery am I protecting on the calendar? Always good to think about the joys, right? You have to make sure that you protect that stuff because it's needed, you know? Okay, moving on to intentions for the week. What does my best self need this week to feel grounded, clear, and strong? And in my opinion, you can always do whatever you need for you. For me, I'm doing 5 anchors that touch every part of my life that stay easy-ish to track. And the goal here is to focus on the bare minimum requirements. Okay. We want to focus on the bare minimum requirements here. And then again, update these to match your lifestyle. So for me, the bare minimum would be 80 ounces of water. My nutrition goal, bare minimum, I would say is probably, I don't know, 120 grams of protein a day. That seems high. We'll tweak that. I don't know. 100 and 120. Let's do 100. Ah, could I do 120? I could probably do 120. Whatever. We'll leave it at 100. Bare minimum here. Bare minimum. Not what I could do, what I will do, right? Movement recovery goal for me, I want to make sure I do warm-ups before each of my runs and then at least one full body mobility week. So I want to make sure this time I'm going to at least do one. The goal is to do more, but I'm going to at least do one. And then sleep and rest intentions. This one is a big one for me because if I go to bed at 10, we'll say, my wind down should be like 9:20, and a lot of times by 9:20 I'm still working out or researching or something or looking at screens, and it's so bad for me, right? So the goal here would be to focus on what my sleep and rest intentions should be, and I would say again, like I said, my wind down starts at 9:20. Wish me luck, wish me luck, wish me luck. And mindset and focus. And then just think about this week, what are some of the mindset things that I want to go into this week on? And what is that focus that I want to work on? For me, one of my big ones is since I just signed up for the Austin Marathon in February, and it is October 19th. So I've got a few months to train, and I want to really put some intention on making sure that I'm fueling my body and I'm getting my workouts in and I'm doing my mobility and taking care of myself and not doing too much stress and not getting enough sleep and all the things. It all kind of comes together. So if I were to put it into perspective, marathon, like that's my jam right now. It all ties back to that. And then I have some like deeper examples to where you can, I go in a little bit deeper on each of these intentions here. So you guys have like some ideas. And then the home reset phase, this is like the cleanup. I have mine broken down into 4 categories. You could obviously change this as much as you needed to. For me, I have the home inside, and then I have the home outside. I have family, and then I have today or optional. Like a lot of times we have Amazon returns. And sometimes I need to bathe my dog, and the goal is to do it every week, but do I? Absolutely not. And the reason I do him every week, if you're thinking, why do you bathe your dog every week? It's because he has really bad allergies and I feel bad for him. But do I bathe him every week? Also, no. So this is my little section of things that I have to do on the inside of the house and on the outside of the house. And a lot of these I like to do with my son so that it's time that we can spend together. And he loves going and doing some chores for some weird reason. He loves it. So we do the trash together. We clean up the inside of the house together. We go outside and we compile all the trash. We do the pool maintenance together. We pick up the dog poop. Then we go in the garage. We'll clean up the garage. We'll clean up the gym. All this stuff. We do it all together. I'm gonna skip through because we don't need to go through all of my things, do we? This is for you. The last one is the soul and self care, and this is the recharge. Right? You land the week with presence, so you start Monday energized and not depleted. So here are some ideas of things. These are essentially the same that are going to be on your list as well. But thinking of a reflection. So think of 3 wins. I highly recommend you do this. Think of 1 lesson from this last week, 1 gratitude, and 1 intention for the week ahead. And then movement. Try to get in some light movement, some mobility, or even a walk. I think a walk would be super on a Sunday because then your brain, and don't take any music with you or listen to a podcast or anything if you can. Just be outside and be with yourself or your child. And there's moments of silence. And in those moments, that's where you think about all of the stuff that you're grateful for, your wins, your lessons, your gratitude, your intentions. All of that happens during those walks. So it's really nice to do those together because they'll happen automatically together. Nervous system downshift. For me, a lot of things that I like are a hot tub, a hot shower, stretching. This is a good breathing technique. There's so many breathing techniques out there. Maybe I'll throw a link on my breathing playlist. But 4-7-8 breathing, having low lights, obviously, red light glasses, or I'm sorry, blue light glasses, that kind of stuff helps. Connection, for me, it's quality time with my baby, my wife, or texting a friend, a family member, or something. For you, it could be an animal, a cat, a dog, family member. Just text somebody, call someone that you haven't talked to in a while, message someone online. do some type of connection. I think it's just really beneficial. Um, and then this one's kind of for me, but maybe there's some type of passion or hobby that you have that you could put a little bit of time and energy in. So for me, it's like a creative content prep thingy. Like, what do I have going on this next week that I want to prep or think about and walk through? Sunday's a great day to do that. And then sleep protectors. Set your alarm. I use a vibration alarm on my watch, and I have mine set to not snooze so that I know that if I click this button, there's no additional help coming, and it's on me to make sure I get my ass out of bed. I suggest you do the same, but like, be careful with that. Snoozing is terrible for you. Look it up, Google it. There's a lot of facts about how bad it is. It like delays, I want to say it delays the alertness of you for like an additional 2 hours or something. It's insane. Each snooze, it's just like your body just gives you that brain fog and it just lasts for so long. So when your alarm goes off, get out of bed. And if it goes off too soon, then change it to where it's going off when you actually need to get out of bed. I also use do not disturb. Do not disturb. I have a couple alerts that are allowed. So if my wife texts or calls me, or my mom or my sister or something like that, then it does allow that to come through. That's in the settings that you can change that. Um, and then my target bed and wake windows. So Monday, I'm going to do a workout at 6, so I have to get up at 5. Things like that. I think about the night before, and then I make sure I plan that. And then I also think about, okay, if I have to wake up at 5, then I should go to bed at 9:30. Stuff like that. Wind down starts at 8:30. Like all of that kind of stuff plays in. And obviously, you should do this every single night. But again, if you can think about this on Sunday for the rest of the week, you'll really set yourself up for success that way. Okay. Finishing off, we've got some prompts here. What would make next week feel 20% lighter? What small joy am I looking forward to? And what boundary do I need to hold to protect my sleep and energy? And that one's really important. Okay, I'm going to go fly over here to the Sunday reset. This is what yours will look like. How pretty is this? I know. Purple. Okay, so it's essentially the same thing. I left the date here, why it matters. All of the fun stuff is all in here for you guys. And then I left some info at the bottom where you can go to my Instagram, my website, my bio site, all the things. And I wish you well. I wish you good luck. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know if you download and try that. Obviously, I did it in Notion. You can download it as a PDF or something like that and do it on your iPad, or you can take what is on the video on the Notion page and then just write it in your notebook, in the physical notebook. That's actually probably the best alternative to do, but if you give it a try, let me know. I would love your feedback on it. And I'm gonna go work out. Okay, we will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great night. If you stay till the end, say reset. Appreciate you. Good night.